Howdy, howdy. Morning. Now, I know I'm not going to get this whole chapter finished in this time slot because I have 16 minutes before my next call. Anyway, we will get what we can get done and then I will be back. Now, remember, you're commenting on which statement makes you feel something or makes you think and stop and think and go, oh my God, I need to do more of that or less of this or whatever it is. So you are what you think you are. We're reading The Magic of Thinking Big. It's obvious. Much human behavior is puzzling. Have you ever wondered why a salesperson will greet one customer with an alert, "Yes, sir, may I serve you," but virtually ignore another? Or why a man will open a door for one woman but not for another? Or why an employee will consistently carry out the instructions of one superior but only grudgingly do what another superior requests? Or why we will pay close attention to what one person says but not another. Look around you. You'll observe some people receiving the "Hey Mac" or "Hey Buddy" treatment while others receive the sincere and important "Yes sir" treatment. Watch. You'll observe that some people command confidence, loyalty and admiration while others do not. Look closer still and you'll also observe that those persons who command the most respect are also the most successful. What is the explanation? It can be distilled in one word: thinking. Thinking does make it so. Others see in us what we see in ourselves. We receive the kind of treatment we think we deserve. Thinking does make it so. The fellow who thinks he is inferior, regardless of what his real qualifications may be, is inferior. For thinking regulates actions. If a man is inferior, if a person is inferior, they act that way. And no veneer or cover up or bluff will hide this basic feeling for long. The person who feels they are unimportant isn't. On the other side, a person who really thinks they are equal to the task is. To be important, we must think we are important. Really think, so then others will think so too. Here again is the logic. How you think determines how you act. How you act, in turn, determines how others react to you. Like other phases of your personal program for success, winning respect is fundamentally simple. To gain the respect of others, you must first think you deserve respect. And the more respect you have for yourself, the more respect others will have for you. Test this principle. Do you have much respect for the fellow on Skid Row? Of course not. Why? Because the poor fellow doesn't respect himself. He's letting himself rot away from lack of self-respect. Self-respect shows through in everything we do. Let's focus on our attention now on some of the specific ways we can increase self-respect and thereby earn more respect from others. Look important. It helps you think important. Rule. Remember your appearance talks. Be sure it says positive things about you. Never leave home without feeling certain you look like the kind of person you want to be. The most honest advertisement appearing in print is the "Dress Right, You Can't Afford Not To" slogan, sponsored by the American Institute of Men's and Boys Wear. This slogan deserves to be framed in every office, restroom, bedroom, office, and schoolroom in America. In one ad, a policeman speaks. He says, "You can usually spot a wrong kid just by the way he looks. Sure, it's unfair, but it's a fact. People today judge a youngster by appearance. And once they've tabbed a boy, it's tough to change their minds about him, their attitude towards him. Look at your boy. Look at him through his teacher's eyes, your neighbor's eyes. Could the way he looks, the clothes he wears, give them the wrong impression? Are you making sure he looks right, dresses right, everywhere he goes?" This advertisement, of course, refers primarily to children. but it can be applied to adults as well. In the sentence beginning with look, substitute the word for yourself for him, your for his, superiors for teachers, and associates for neighbors. And reread the sentence. Look at yourself through your superior's eyes, your associate's eyes. The cost is so little to be neat. Take the slogan literally. Interpret it to say, dress right. It always pays. Remember, look important because it helps you think important. Use clothing as a tool to lift your spirits, build confidence. An old psychological professor of mine used to give this advice to students on last-minute preparations for final exams. Dress up for this important exam. Get a new tie. Have your suit pressed. Shine your shoes. Look sharp because it will help you think sharp. The professor knew his psychology. Make no mistake about it. Your physical appearance affects your mental interior. How you look on the outside affects how you think and feel on the inside. All boys, I told him, go through the hat stage. That is, they use hats to identify themselves with the person or character they want to be. I will always remember a hat incident with my own son, Davy. One day, he was dead set on being the Lone Ranger, but he had no Lone Ranger hat. I tried to persuade him to substitute another. His protest was, but Dad, I can't think like the Lone Ranger without the Lone Ranger hat. I gave in finally and bought him the hat he needed. Sure enough, donning the hat, he was the Lone Ranger. I often recall that incident because it says so much about the effect of appearance on thinking. Anyone who has ever served in the army knows a soldier feels and thinks like a soldier when he is in uniform. A woman feels more like going to a party when she is dressed for a party. By the same token, an executive feels more like an executive when he is dressed like one. A salesman expressed it to me this way: I can't feel prosperous, and if I'm going to make big sales, unless I know I look that way. Your appearance talks to you, but it also talks to others. It helps others determine what others think of you. In theory, it's pleasing to hear that people should look at a man's intellect, not his clothes. But don't be misled. People do not evaluate you on the basis of your appearance. Your appearance is the first basis for evaluation other people have, and first impressions last, out of all proportion to the time it takes to form them. In a supermarket one day, I noticed one table of seedless grapes marks 15 cents a pound. On another table were what appeared to be identical grapes, this time packaged in polyethylene bags and marked 2 pounds for 35 cents. I asked the young fellow at the weighing station, what's the difference between the grapes priced at 15 cents a pound and those priced at 2 pounds for 35 cents? The difference, he answered, is the polyethylene. We sell about twice as many of the grapes in the polyethylene bags. They look better that way. Think about the grape example. The next time you're selling yourself properly packaged, you have a better chance to make the sale and at a higher price. The point is, the better you are packaged, the more public acceptance you will receive. Tomorrow, watch who is shown the most respect and courtesy in restaurants, on buses, in crowded lobbies, in stores, and at work. People look at another person, make a quick and often subconscious appraisal, and then treat him accordingly. We look at some people and respond with, "Hey Mac," attitude. We look at others and respond with, "Yes sir," feeling. Yes, a person's appearance definitely talks. The well-dressed person appearance says positive things. It tells people, here is an important person, intelligent, prosperous, and dependable. This man can be looked up to, admired, trusted. He respects himself, and I respect him. The shabby-looking fellow's appearance says negative things. It says, here is a person who isn't doing well. He's careless, inefficient, unimportant. He's just an average person. He deserves no special consideration. He's used to being pushed around. When I stress respect your appearance in training programs, almost always I am asked the question, I'm sold. Appearance is important, but how do you expect me to afford the kind of clothing that really makes me feel right and that causes others to look up to me? That question puzzles many people. It plagued me for a long time, but the answer is really a simple one. Pay twice as much and buy half as many. Commit this answer to memory, then practice it. Apply it to hats, suits, shoes, socks, coats, everything you wear. Insofar as appearance is concerned, quality is far more important than quantity. When you practice this principle, you'll find that both your respect for yourself and the respect of others for you will zoom upwards. And you'll find you're actually ahead money-wise when you pay twice as much and buy half as many. Because one, your garments will last more than twice as long because they are more than twice as good. And as a rule, they will show quality as long as they last. Number two, what you buy will stay in style longer. Better clothing always does. And number three, you'll get better advice. Merchants selling 200 suits are usually much more interested in helping you find the garment that is just right for you than merchants selling $100 suits. Remember, your appearance talks to you and it talks to others. Make certain it says, here is a person who has self-respect. He's important. Treat him that way. You owe it to others, but more important, you owe it to yourself to look your best. You are what you think you are. If your appearance makes you think you're inferior, you are inferior. If it makes you think small, you are small. Look your best and you will think and act your best. I'm going to leave it there because I do have a meeting and I'll be back a bit later on today to read some more, but make that be something that you do today. Look your best. Go out and put your best on. And if you get the chance to, maybe start to look at some different quality of clothing. I always say you buy the best, you feel the best, you get the best. So be the best. All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.